Installing a baseboard heater within 1 foot of the edge of a bathtub necessitates understanding the applicable electrical codes and safety considerations. The primary concern revolves around the classification of the location as either damp or dry, as this determination dictates the type of electrical equipment permissible for installation. In this scenario, the area within 1 foot of the bathtub's edge is unequivocally considered a damp location due to its proximity to a source of moisture. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific definitions and requirements for electrical installations in damp locations. The NEC defines a damp location as a location subject to moderate degrees of moisture. Examples cited in the NEC include some basements, some barns, some cold storage rooms, the area within 1 meter of the edge of a swimming pool or wading pool, or within 2 meters of public showers or toilets, and similar locations. The presence of a bathtub introduces a significant risk of moisture exposure to the baseboard heater and its associated wiring. Splashing water, condensation, and humidity generated from bathing activities contribute to the damp environment. Consequently, the electrical equipment installed in this area must be specifically listed and labeled for use in damp locations. This requirement ensures that the equipment is designed and constructed to withstand the corrosive effects of moisture and to prevent electrical hazards such as shocks and short circuits. The NEC mandates adherence to specific articles and sections that address the installation of electrical equipment in damp locations. Firstly, Article 100 of the NEC provides definitions of terms used throughout the code, including the definitions of dry, damp, and wet locations. Understanding these definitions is crucial for proper application of the code. Secondly, Article 110 of the NEC covers the general requirements for electrical installations, including the need for equipment to be approved for the specific environment in which it is installed. This article emphasizes the importance of selecting equipment that is suitable for the conditions of use. Thirdly, Article 424 of the NEC specifically addresses fixed electric space heating equipment, including baseboard heaters. This article provides requirements for the installation, wiring, and protection of baseboard heaters, taking into account the potential hazards associated with their use. When selecting a baseboard heater for installation near a bathtub, it is essential to choose a model that is specifically listed and labeled for use in damp locations. This listing indicates that the heater has been tested and certified by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or all, to meet the safety standards for damp environments. The listing mark, typically a UL symbol, will be visible on the heater's nameplate. In addition to selecting an appropriate baseboard heater, it is crucial to ensure that the wiring and connections are also suitable for damp locations. This includes using moisture-resistant wiring, such as type THHN or THWN, and employing watertight fittings and connectors to prevent moisture from entering the electrical system. Furthermore, the installation must comply with the NEC requirements for grounding and bonding to minimize the risk of electrical shock. Grounding involves connecting the metal parts of the electrical system to earth, providing a low-resistance path for fault currents to flow back to the source. Bonding involves connecting together all metal parts that are likely to become energized, creating an equipotential plane that reduces the potential for voltage differences and electrical shock. The NEC specifies the methods and materials to be used for grounding and bonding in damp locations. The branch circuit supplying the baseboard heater must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. A GFCI is a device that detects small imbalances in the current flowing through a circuit and quickly interrupts the power supply, preventing electrical shock. The NEC requires GFCI protection for receptacles located in bathrooms and other damp locations. While not always explicitly required for hardwired baseboard heaters, GFCI protection is highly recommended as an additional safety measure, especially when the heater is installed near a bathtub. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the baseboard heater installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. An electrician can assess the specific conditions of the installation, select appropriate equipment, and perform the wiring and connections in a safe and professional manner. Obtaining the necessary permits and inspections from the local electrical authority is also essential to ensure compliance with the code and to provide a record of the installation. Moreover, ensure that all electrical work adheres to the latest edition of the National Electrical Code or NEC, as local codes often incorporate the NEC with possible amendments. The NEC serves as the cornerstone for safe electrical installations, and compliance is paramount. Beyond the NEC, local building codes and ordinances may impose additional restrictions or requirements on electrical installations. These local regulations can vary depending on the jurisdiction and may address specific concerns related to the area. Contacting the local building department or electrical inspector is crucial to determine if any local codes apply to the baseboard heater installation. A properly installed electrical equipment in damp locations can create serious hazards, including electrical shock, fire, and equipment failure. Moisture can corrode electrical connections, leading to increased resistance, overheating, and potential fires. Electrical shock can occur when a person comes into contact with energized parts of the electrical system, especially when the skin is wet. Furthermore, improper grounding and bonding can increase the risk of electrical shock and equipment damage. Regularly inspect the baseboard heater and its associated wiring for any signs of damage or corrosion. Look for cracks, frayed wires, and loose connections. If any problems are detected, immediately disconnect the power supply and contact a qualified electrician to perform repairs. Do not attempt to repair electrical equipment yourself unless you are a qualified electrician. Educate yourself and family members about electrical safety. Teach them how to recognize potential hazards and how to respond in an emergency. Emphasize the importance of keeping electrical equipment away from water and avoiding contact with energized parts. Consider having a qualified electrician inspect the electrical system in your home on a regular basis. A professional inspection can identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. Furthermore, ensure that smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are installed and functioning properly. These devices provide early warning of fires and carbon monoxide leaks, potentially saving lives. In summary, installing a baseboard heater near a bathtub requires careful consideration of the electrical codes and safety requirements for damp locations. Selecting appropriate equipment, ensuring proper wiring and connections, and implementing GFCI protection are essential steps in minimizing the risk of electrical hazard. Consulting with a qualified electrician and obtaining the necessary permits and inspections are crucial to ensuring compliance with the code and to providing a safe and reliable installation. By adhering to these guidelines, you can safely and effectively heat your bathroom while protecting yourself and your family from electrical hazards. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, and adhering to them is crucial for safety and code compliance. Firstly, ensure that the branch circuit supplying the baseboard heater has adequate ampacity to handle the heater's load. The NEC specifies the minimum conductor size based on the overcurrent protection device and the load requirements. Secondly, use appropriately sized overcurrent protection, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, to protect the branch circuit from overloads and short circuits. The overcurrent protection device should be sized according to the ampacity of the conductors and the heater's rating. Thirdly, properly ground the baseboard heater and its associated wiring to provide a safe path for fault currents. The grounding conductor should be sized according to the NEC requirements and connected to a suitable grounding electrode system. Fourthly, use suitable wiring methods for the damp location, such as type THHN or THWN conductors installed in rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, or electrical metallic tubing. These wiring methods provide protection against moisture and physical damage. Fifthly, make all electrical connections in approved junction boxes or enclosures. The junction boxes and enclosures should be rated for use in damp locations and should be properly sealed to prevent moisture from entering. Sixthly, install a disconnecting means, such as a switch or circuit breaker, within sight of the baseboard heater. The disconnecting means allows for the heater to be easily de-energized for maintenance or repairs. Seventhly, ensure that the baseboard heater is installed according to the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC requirements. The installation should provide adequate clearance from combustible materials and should allow for proper ventilation. Eighthly, label the circuit breaker or fuse that supplies the baseboard heater. The labeling should clearly identify the circuit and its purpose, making it easier to locate and de-energize the circuit when necessary. Ninthly, inspect the installation after completion to ensure that all connections are tight, all components are properly installed, and all safety requirements are met. A thorough inspection can help identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. Tenthly, maintain the baseboard heater and its associated wiring in good condition. Regularly inspect the equipment for any signs of damage or corrosion, and promptly repair any problems that are detected. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical installation requirements. It is essential to consult the NEC for specific details and to ensure that all installations comply with the applicable requirements. Furthermore, local codes and regulations may impose additional requirements that must be followed. Consulting with a qualified electrician and obtaining the necessary permits and inspections are crucial to ensuring compliance with the code and to providing a safe and reliable installation. By adhering to these guidelines, you can safely and effectively install a baseboard heater near a bathtub while protecting yourself and your family from electrical hazards.